Ever since the Big Bang, everything in the universe is constantly moving. There is no object in the universe who was completely silent. The Earth goes around the Sun. Sun revolves around the center of the galaxy. And even the galaxies always moving through space. But why is it that? Then what's causing everything to move? According to Edward Gomez, astrophysicist, as well as director of education at Los Observatory, answer lies in the way the universe and all of its contents are formed. The scientists, the universe began with the Big Bang. An explosion, super expansion, fast from a very dense single point, which then gave birth to the entire universe as we know it today. Since the very beginning of the universe, everything immediately moves away because of the power of the Big Bang, forcing everything to stay away from each other, Gomez said. Movement, it can be regarded as traces of the beginning of the universe, since the beginning of the universe was created with movement. So, from the beginning anyway, movement becomes a fundamental part of the universe, said Carol Christian, astrophysicist and scientist. Communication from the Space Telescope Project, Hubble Deep Space Telescope Science Institute, Baltimore. One of the main reasons everything in space is moving is because the universe itself is constantly expanding, but the influence of expansion, this is just felt on a very large scale. We can only really see the effects on objects that are very far away each other, not because they're moving through space, but because of the space between them that expands. Obviously, Gomez, on a smaller scale, the most dominant movement is rotation or rotation. This spinning phenomenon is also very common in nature. The universe has almost no celestial body that does not rotate. Ajar Christian, this is due to the law of angular momentum. When two celestial bodies approach each other, gravity will pull them to each other. If it doesn't collide, or thrown in different directions, they'll start orbiting each other. This phenomenon applies to everything, ranging from microscopic mineral grains to giant galaxies. Dad system, solar is shaped like an Italian pizza, said Gomez. When pizza dough is tossed in the air and turned, it expands and forms a disk. That's roughly how our solar system formed. Because the angular momentum spinning effect, it flattens the material into a disk. This is why the planets orbit the sun. Our solar system comes from the clouds, whirling gas and dust, then clot, forming stars and planets. Angular momentum keeps this system spinning since the inception of it, but the rotation of galaxies is not fully explainable by visible objects. Galaxy spins like a solid pizza mat, as if it were a solid object. It's not a bunch of separate stars, Gomez said. Should be stars that are farther from the center. The galaxy is moving slower than the one in the middle, but in reality it's not so. And here's one of the early clues that there's something strange in the universe, something that we can't see, what we now refer to as dark matter. Dark matter cannot be observed with telescopes because it doesn't emit or reflecting light. Yet he still has massa and can affect other objects through the force of gravity. Dark matter also experience angular momentum, and it became another reason why all the objects in the universe are moving. Dark matter is matter that cannot be detected of the emitted radiation or absorption. Radiation that comes to the material, but his presence can be proven from the effects of gravity, matter that looks like stars and galaxies. Estimate of the amount of matter in nature. Universe based on gravitational effects always shows that there's actually so much more matter than directly observable matter. Eventually, movement is the most fundamental part of the universe. Movement shows that the universe is alive, not in the conscious sense, but because in it there are various reactions, chemistry and physics, and all that takes energy, says Gomez.